Today, we're gonna be looking at the best right backs and left backs in Prem. We're gonna start with the right backs, and to be honest with you, I'm a great person to tell you about this because I have used a lot of these cards because I personally own a Reece James. I've used this Pereira, he's an absolute masterclass, and this new Doherty is a really interesting card to consider for your teams. So we're gonna get right into it. Before I tell you the best players, who the best players are, who you should stay away from, and who to use depending on what scenario, don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. We're gonna make to 100,000 subs by the end of the year, so you may as well join the party now, and so you don't get left out. So yeah, first, like, the absolute best player here in theory should be Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's the best right back in the league. I mean, you look at the passing stats, you look at the full stats, but I don't think most people actually do want to go out and spend 1,000,000 coins on a right back, and I don't think that many people want to spend that many coins and only get 84 strength in like 81, 89 jumping. I know, like, overall this look like a great card, but that agility and balance combo, even though he has insane passing for a right back, I feel like you're in some sense wasting a little bit of the card. He's more like a centimid CDM in reality, but again, this is a sick card, like, don't get me wrong. It's just sometimes the price for the card, I don't know. Let me know, who's your favorite right back in this league? I personally am here to tell you, bro, this Pereira, I used him, like, I bought his card at like 150k when it was, yeah, that's literally, I bought him at his lowest because I wanted to try him. I knew I wanted to try him, and the thing that I've always liked about Pereira is that his base card, and he's like, you know, this is not relevant anymore, it's not the start of the game, but if you look at his card overall, he has always had decent agility and balance combo for his height. Like 79 and 79 is not the best, but normally, I think in game, because when I used him, it looked like that, he has like sort of a lean body type in game. Don't get my word for, like, I used him in that, but I wasn't like proper paying attention to his body. I was only paying attention to how he was on his responsiveness. So his responsiveness reminded me of like lean body type players that are short, that even with like 84 agility and 84 balance, they actually respond quite quickly. So this Pereira was actually quite nice, and his main issue has always been, one, he has low pace, two, he has nothing special to set him apart from Cancelo, who has always been the card with a little bit more pace. He has, I think, oh yeah, he's a card with a little bit more pace, and he has a lot better like passing in that. But with this new Pereira, it actually brings the things that he was bad at, he makes them good, and the thing that he was good at, it makes them even better. He's dribbling. This guy is actually decent on the ball. He's sick. I really enjoy him. He has a 4-star weak foot, which is insane to move the ball around. He's passing, bro. That curve with long passing combo makes it so that when you do a through ball, it always goes to your right winger. It's insane. And then you add the stamina and the extra pace, and you have an absolute machine. He's an 88 rated base right back, and if you want the extra strength, you think strength is more important than maxing out pace, you put Anchor on him, you have 85 strength. You can put Shadow on, like, more than likely if it was me and most pro players, what they would do is they would just put Shadow on, have 99 pace, and that's that done. But again, bro, put an Anchor on, and I personally, when I used him, I was so impressed. He has insane worker, he has everything you need. I think 260k is an absolute bargain for a player like this, because this is basically, I wouldn't say end game, but I want to say it's an end game right back until we get a touch level card that basically has everything this guy has, but like 90 strength. Now, continuing into that, there are other interesting cards. Maybe some of you will consider about this Alexander-Arnold. As I told you before, my main issue with Arnold, honestly, is that he's not specifically great at anything other than like passing, but he ain't got the best pace. So what do you care for that passing if he can't get off pressure, because he ain't got the best agility and balance either, and he's not even strong to hold the ball. So paying 130k for this card is not that great when you could just get cheap Pereira, like the 84 rated Pereira. Then his 87 again is just fodder. This Cancelo is a card that I wanted to try, but the only reason that like puts me off on Cancelo is, one, he's 182. He does have, oh well, he also has a unique body type, but he is 182. He has a 3 sweep foot, again, on the right back, doesn't matter that much. But even though his passing is sick, it's just his price, 400k, and he's 86 rated, 185, which, I mean, is fine, but it's just, like, his strength is really low, and you cannot apply an anchor because 95 pace, I mean, it's fine, it's okay, the same thing that I told you with Pereira, it's good, but with an anchor on, you're basically bringing him up to the base stats from Pereira, which is like, bro, you know, you can do better than that. So I would recommend a Shadow. You just give up to the fact that he's not gonna be that strong, and hopefully he gets an upgrade, so he's worth the coins. And then let's talk about the 86 rated Cancelo, who, again, it's another card that I enjoy. It's another card that I think is actually quite decent, but it's, again, well, actually, for 180k, this is a good price point to get in for a high tier right back. I'm expecting that Pereira to maybe even go a little bit higher in the future. But this guy, that passing, overall, he won't be the most responsive, but he will be able to move the ball around quite nicely. So this Cancelo is one of my favorites, just because of a price to value ratio. Now, we get into Reece James and Doherty. To me, these are some of the most interesting cards. I just want to touch on Walker. Kufau, we cannot touch on him anymore because he's really expensive. Semedo, I would never touch on Wan-Bissaka unless they bring him like a car. Well, let's touch on him. Let's just speak about him so you understand what I want to talk about him. Cool. So, Reece James. Bro, the thing with James is that he's so good. He's so good at defending that it feels like a waste to use him as a right back, because this guy doesn't have the best long passing, he does not have the best vision, and he's not the most responsive. He has a stocky body type, which normally makes the player stronger and worse at being responsive. And then he has 80 balance for 182. That for a centre back would be poof. But for a right back, again, when he's 700k and you could be getting Ricardo Pereira for 280 and put a shadow on, 260 and put a shadow on. I think this Reece is an absolute beast, but he should be played as a centre back. I would never advise anyone to get this guy as a right back. You're losing in too many things that you need in right backs, and you're basically wasting the player in the right back position when he can do 10 times better as a centre back. Next, this Doherty. This is one that if I was someone watching this video right now and I did not have Doherty, I'll go ahead and I'll complete him right now. 100k is pricey, but for Prem, it's quite cheap. You can put a shadow on, you have 97 pace with 90 defending, and his physical is actually quite decent. He has an average body type, his height is decent, he can move the ball around. His strength, okay, great, it's not the best, but 76 is decent enough to like hold the ball, and his stamina and the uniqueness of his shooting is sick. You can definitely, if you wanted to, you could put an engine on and play him center mid. You know, you're tired, you know, you want to try something different, engine on, you play him center mid, you play him right wing back with a shadow on. He won't be the most responsive, but he can definitely go and score if needed to. You put an engine and you maybe play him as a right wing back. You know, 96 sprint speed is sick, 93 pace is not the worst, it's not the best, but he can do it. Like, he's literally hooligan. 100k is insane for this card. He's like a cheap Reece James. Literally, I just used him and I completed him and I'm in love with him. He's so nice. He does on the ball, he feels like a center back. So I recommend engine if you want someone a bit responsive. Walker, again, this is the same as with Reece James. You're just wasting him on the right back position. You need your right back to be able to pass the ball, move the ball around. This guy won't do that. He has low long pass, low short pass, and the vision is low, and then the agility is in the mud. His strength is high, so it's a lot better to use him as a center back and then get Cancelo as a right back or Pereira. Semedo, honestly, if I had to pick between Semedo and Walker, I'll just pick Semedo. Yes, the passing is in the absolute mud, but he's more responsive. He's gonna fulfill that role as a right back a lot better than Walker. And then players like Bissaka, again, these are sick, good, blah blah blah, but I think he needs an upgrade. Like, 56 long passing is in the absolute mud. And yeah, this Cancelo, we already talked about Cancelo in general. Wow, I thought I was gonna talk about left backs, but I actually did not have time to talk about left backs. It's just that I think we're not gonna get that many new right backs in the league. We already have too many options, and I am really happy with all the options in the league. To sum it up, if you are that type of person that doesn't use their right backs to go forward, and you just use your right back to like stay down the back, and you like them to be strong, and you like them to be able to move the ball around, Reece James is the absolute beast for you. But if you normally use your right back to push forward, attack, do your best to like overload the ball, you know, the opponent's side, Pereira is the absolute beast. If you, I don't know, you want someone a little bit high, a little bit taller, you go for Cancelo. And if you want an all-rounded beast and you don't mind about paying a hefty price, I would recommend Arnold. But again, I think Pereira will offer you everything that Arnold can offer you, a little bit less, but you will save a lot of coins. So yeah, let me know what you guys feel. What would you guys do? Who's your favorite one? I think, well, it's just that I love talking about these players. We will touch on left backs next time, I guess. So love you all. See you all. Goodbye.